Hi students, welcome back to my classroom. Today we're going to do the Solving Proportions Practice 2 lessons together. Alright, so let's start with this problem right here. Now, n over 9 equals 2/3. So we have to figure out the missing number. Okay? You have to figure out, well, what's missing right here? 2/3 is equal to that fraction n over 9. We just have to figure out what's missing on top. So how many ninths is equal to 2/3? Okay, so let's see here. There's a couple ways I could solve this. I am going to use a giant 1 because right away I see that 3 times 3 equals 9. So if I put 3's in my giant 1, I can do 2 times 3 and equals 6. So that's saying that 6/9 is the same as 2/3. So n equals 6. So solving proportions is pretty much exactly like just finding equivalent fractions. Let's do number 3 together. How many fourths are equal to 12 over 6? Now, if you see a problem like this and you know right away that 12 over 6 is the same as 2, right? You could change that to 2 over 1 n over 4. So, we could solve this one right here. I'm also going to use my giant 1 here. 1 times what makes 4? Well, 1 times 4 makes 4, so I'm going to put 4's in my giant 1. And 2 times 4 is 8. So n equals 8. Now you'll notice I could solve it with the original problem if I didn't really realize right away that 12 over 6 is the same as 2. I could still solve it this same way. It's just a little bit trickier because 6 times no whole number equals 4. Okay? So one way we could solve this problem if we didn't simplify this fraction is we could do that cross multiplication method that we learned last time. So 12 times 4, let me highlight that so it's a little easier to see. 12 times 4, so this side is 12 times 4, and this side is n times 6, or 6n. 12 times 4 is 48. So 6 times n is equal to 48. So the opposite of times 6 is divide by 6. N equals 8. So you'll notice we got the same answer as what we did in the previous example that I did. It's just how much work you want to show and what type of work you want to do. This problem with the cross multiplication, we dealt with a little bit bigger numbers. The one before that, our numbers were smaller to deal with, but we still ended up with the same answer. So either one works. Let's check out this one. First, let's solve it using the giant 1. You might notice right away that 3 times 4 equals 32. So I could put 4's in my giant 1, and I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. So n equals 12. We could also solve that using cross multiplication if you prefer that method. So we would do n times 8, or 8n on that side. And on this side, we've got 3 times 32. 3 times 32 is 96 equals 8n. The opposite of times 8 is divide by 8, so to figure out the missing number, we'll divide by 8 on both sides. There we're just left with 1n equals, and you could pull up the calculator for this, but I don't want to. 8 goes into 9 tenths, goes in 1 time. There's 1 left over. I can bring down my 6. 8 goes into 16 2 times. So we still ended up with 12. So either method works. You decide what you like best. Go ahead and pause the video, and what I want you to do is try the problems on the other side on your own, and then unpause the video and check your work and see how you did. Good luck. Okay, let's go ahead and try and correct some of these problems together. See how you did. If you're still struggling with these, then make sure you follow along right now. I'm going to show each problem in 1 or 2 ways to solve it. Okay, so if one of the strategies is still tricky for you, don't worry about it. Pick the one that works the best. Okay. All right. So for this one right away, I noticed that it's hard to use a giant 1 for 5 over n equals 2/8 because I can't do 2 times anything to make 5. Okay? So for this one, I am going to use the cross multiplication. So I can multiply n times 2. That gives me 2 times n, or 2n. And on the other side, I've got 5 times 8, which is 40. So I have to think, this is the same as 2 times what number equals 40? Okay, so even though there's a letter in there and it looks like algebra, it's the same type of problem. So the opposite of times 2 is divide by 2, so I'll divide by 2 on both sides. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so I'd have just 1n left over. And 40 divided by 2 is 20. So that's saying that 5 over 20 is the same as 2/8. Okay? Now we could try solving this using a giant 1. I'm going to show you that just so you can see it. But it is a little bit trickier. All right, if I really wanted to use the strategy of giant 1 with this problem, then what I could do is I noticed that I could simplify this fraction. 2/8, if I divide a 2 out of each of those, it's the same as 1/4. So I'm going to change this 2/8 to 1/4. So 5 over n equals 1/4. Now, I'm just going to switch colors. I can use a giant 1 here because I know that 1 times 5 will give me 5. So I could put 5's in the giant 1. I can multiply 5 times 4 here, and 5 times 4 is 20. So n still equals 20. So neither one is more difficult than the other. It's just whether or not you noticed right away that you could simplify that fraction and change it. All right, let's try the next one. Number 4, 2/9 is equal to n over 45. So we have to figure out the missing number. How many 45ths is the same as 2/9? I'm going to start by drawing a giant 1. And I'm going to think, well, 9 times what gives me 45? And I know that 9 times 5 is 45. So I'm just going to put the 5's in the giant 1. And then 2 times 5 equals 10. So in this case, n equals 10. So 2/9 is the same as 10 45ths. Those are two equivalent fractions, and this was the missing number that we solved for. We could do cross multiplication if you prefer that method. So if you used cross multiplication, this is how you should have done it. So I could do 2 times 5. 2 times 45. 2 times 45 is 90. And then on the other side, we've got n times 9, or 9n. So 9n, or 9 times n, equals 90. The opposite of times 9 is divide by 9. is just 9 divided by 9 is 1n, and 90 divided by 9 is 10. So notice we still got the same answer. We just worked with a little bit bigger numbers. Let's check number 6, the very last one, together. Giant 1 method, right away I notice I could do 7 times 3, gives me 21. So if I put 3 in my giant 1, on the bottom I've got 3 times 3 equals 9, so n equals 9. If you like the cross multiplication method, this is how you should have done it. 7/3 is equal to 21 over n. I can do 7n on that side, or 7 times n. And then 21 times 3 is 63. So I have to solve for n, or the missing number. So I have to undo the times 7. The opposite of times 7 is divide by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1, so I cross it out like it's just a giant 1. And n equals 63 divided by 7 is 9. So that was solving proportions using the giant 1 or cross multiplication. Remember, you just choose which method works best for you. I want you to know what each method is, but I want you to pick the one that you're most successful with and understand the best. Okay? Make sure when you work on these, you show your work. If you have any questions, make sure you send me a message in Schoology. Thanks, and have an awesome day.